Welcome, friends, to our backtesting jam session. Today, again, we are back here. We are to test our strategy, which is based on daily candlesticks. And the idea of backtesting jam session is to get those practice repetitions in so that we are able to read the market direction as we go forward. So let's get started. All right, so what we have here is a Forex Tester, and I'm using Forex Tester for the strategy. Excuse me, and we are going to basically we're simulating the live market environment here. This information is based on the live market data that has been captured. We cannot see what's coming up to the right, but we have. And as we go forward, we'll go bar by bar, and we are going to get started. Welcome, Shuman. I am doing good, and welcome everyone who is joining us live. So are you guys ready to get started and guess the direction? Have a look at the chart. This is what we are looking at. So based on the current candlestick, here we are. What do you think the market direction is, and where do we expect this to go? Let me know in the comments. Okay, so all right, so let's take a look. So I am seeing Larry. Yes, I'm a little under the weather. Actually, it feels like I've kind of taken a second hit here, but I am on some strong Tylenol cold and flu medication. So I'm up right now, but I'm drinking lots of fluids and getting rest here. All right, so what are we seeing here? So Shuman says up. So bearish overall, but up. Yeah. So what I'm seeing here is that we had price going down, and we came into close to this area where price had turned around. Now we have a higher low. We have a bullish candle. We are into resistance though right over here, but we have a green candlestick. So I'll be looking for price to retest the high here and then potentially go to the next one. So let's take a look here. Are you guys experiencing any problems? Let's see. Okay, so we have a small candle body here, or small candle here. We have pins on both sides, and so it looks more like a pullback. It came and tested this previous pin, and what do we expect next here? Here, I am looking for price to basically continue higher here. So this, I'm seeing it as a bit of a pullback. Shuman says bearish. Let's see. All right, so I'm looking for a retest, but if it stays below this level at 1.5774 here, then chances are it is going to drop. And so let's take a look. So Shuman, you are correct, my friend. Price dropped, so we have a big bearish candle close here. So it looks like we're missing some data here, but we do have a bearish candle close. So overall, what we see from this picture is price dropped, pulled back, and now we have a bearish candle close. So now, what are you looking for? What's next? So for me here, I will be looking for a further drop, price to come back and test this level and potentially the next level here. So let's see. So quality of our data is kind of lacking here, but let's take a look. Shuman says drop again. Let's see. Okay, so it looks like it's going sideways. So we don't have all the data here. So it seems to be going sideways. Okay, so we did break through the support here. The quality of data isn't quite there. We are not getting the full candles. Looks like we're just getting where they closed. Not sure what happened to the candles here, but let's see if they will get better. So it looks like it dropped and now it's pulled back into this range. Seems to be going sideways here. And now we have a big drop all the way down here. Okay, so let me see what's going on here. Okay, my computer's freezing up. So it looks like something is going on either with my computer here or with the Forex Tester itself. Looks like the data isn't quite coming through. And this tends to happen. Okay, there we go. All right. It was frozen and I think I kind of... Let's see what happens. So we have all these candles that were coming through. It looks like it got repeated. They got repeated a few times. So let me just get to a decent place of data here. So I'm just going to push through certain candles. Let's see, where are we? I just want to make sure it's not the repetition. Okay, so it looks like now we are starting to get the data here. So we had a drop and another drop, a pullback, and then a further drop. So now if we were to zoom out here, we are back into the support resistance level that the price has tested several times. And as we can see, 1, 2, 3, 4 times price tested this level, and each time it bounced off. And now we have come back to test this level once again. What do you expect now? What are we looking for now? Okay, so here what I'm looking at is that we are back into the support area, but the candle that we have this time is much stronger than the previous candle. So my bias will be to the downside, but it may come and bounce up from here before it drops because we are, like I said, we are into support, so we may get a pullback and then a drop. So let's see. Schumann says might break the support, but very cautious. Yes, let's see. Bounce off of support, says Larry. Let's take a look. Okay, so we got a bit of a pullback. It tried to go lower, and here we have an indecision candle. So let's take a look. All right. Now we have small candles, but holding below the support here. So it did come into this previous level here. All right, so now we have a bullish candle close here. So let's zoom out once again and see what happened here. So we came into this previous support resistance area. So we went to the very tippy top of this previous pin here. And that's where we saw a few small candles. And then we have now seen price bounce off of that level. And currently we have this candle here, bullish candle. What do we expect next? All right, so here I'm looking for price. So now we have a bullish candle close. So I'd be looking for price to go up further, a bit further up into this level. Schumann says his money is on the bear. Okay. I'm looking for actually price to come back potentially into this support and resistance area here before it drops again. So let's take a look. All right, Schumann, are you ready? Let's see. Okay, so we are back into the support and resistance area. We have a bullish candle close. It's smaller than the previous candle, but we are into resistance. So what do we expect here? So here I would be looking for price to either give us some sort of an indecision candle or something like that, or it could go into this previous support resistance area because there's still bullishness here. So it could pull back further. So let's take a look. Okay, right into our next support and resistance area, looking quite bullish here. So we have the candle closed right into the high of the day. So this shows bullishness. So next I would be looking for price to move to the next support and resistance area all the way up. So now we've got some steam building behind this bullish move here. So I'm looking for price to go up higher. So let's see. Okay, so we got, now what do you expect? What are we looking for next? Okay, momentum is bullish, and Shimon says it's up. Yes, I agree with both of you guys. So I'm looking for price to come into this resistance area or go higher into the top here. So let's take a look. Okay, so it did pull back all the way into the previous low here, and then it's gone up. So Larry says up to the resistance. Yes, so both Shimon and Larry bullish. Let's see. I'm going to go higher as well. So let's take a look. Okay, so went right into the next support and resistance level all the way from into this area here. So this looks like this is all repeated here, but into the next support and resistance area. So here we are, and now Shimon, yeah, that was bullish. Yes, so it did come back here and then pull back up. Yes, that's a bullish pin bar. Actually, it's quite this candle here is quite bullish. Yes. So this one here on the other hand, hey Pritpal, no worries. Okay. All right. Here we have, what do you expect price to do here? So personally, I would be looking for price to drop. Yes, Shuman, I agree with you. Price to drop. We could see a retest of this level once again, but there is this rejection up top here. So kind of similar to this candle here. So we have similar candlesticks. I'm looking for price to go down, and looks like all of you are agreeing, are saying the same thing. Everybody's saying down. So let's take a look. Let's see if we are correct. Okay, it actually went right into the high. All right, so we are, this is still looking bullish, and we have closed right into the high. So it could go a little higher into there overall, but this candle is more bullish than this one here. So let's take a look. All right, so what do we expect now? So here, what I'm looking at is there's rejection here, but there's still bearishness. This is a hammer. So we still bearishness in the candle. So it could go up higher into the next level here, into the high of this pin, but it could also start to drop. So let's take a look. Okay, so we have both people on both sides, up and down. Let's see. Okay, so it went into the next support and resistance area, still looking bullish here. So what do we expect next? All right, so here I'm looking for price to, we are right into resistance. We have to be cautious, and this is where I would monitor how price reacts at this level, but it could go higher because we do have the next support and resistance level right there. All right, let's take a look. Right into the next resistance area, and we have a big green candle. What are we expecting? Okay, so because we have a bullish candle close, let's go out a bit. As we can see, we are back into this support and resistance area. This price has reacted several times previously. So we could get price pulling back here, but it is still looking bullish. So there is room for it to go higher as well. So again, because we are into this important support and resistance area, I would be careful, but it does look quite strong here. So let's see. Okay, what now? All right. So, Ramit, I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. as a consolidation. All right, let's see. We could yeah, that's a very valid point. We could consolidate here, or this could be a pullback for a continued move higher, but we have to clear this resistance area first. Okay, so this candle here is very, we have pins on both sides, small candle body, so we are going sideways. So let's take a look. Right now it's holding the above this previous level here, but we are going sideways. So let's take a look. Okay, still sideways, still holding above the previous support level, but sideways move at the moment. So when we get this type of a candle close for the daily, this is when I would go look for a different pair to trade. So normally I look at multiple pairs at the end of the day, and based on which pair has the best candlestick, that's the one that I look to take a trade in. But otherwise, this would be just sideways move, consolidation, no clear entry signal here. So let's see. All right, so here we see a big bullish close, and we have closed above the previous high here. What are we looking for now? So I think this was similar to what we saw on Aussie dollar, but let's take a look. So here we do have a bullish candle close. So this could go higher. We do have more room for it to go up. Larry says up, Truman says up. All right, let's see. This is exactly what I was thinking. So this was exactly, if you take a look at the Aussie dollar daily candle close from yesterday and the price move today, this is exactly what we have. So we see price go up outside of this range, close up above, goes up slightly, and then comes back again. So let's zoom out a bit and see what it's doing here. So went into the pin here, and then so this support and resistance area, right into the pin here, and now it has dropped. So we are still back into that sideways move. So what are we looking for here now? So Ramit says some pullback and back up again. So I'm looking for, actually, I see this as a railroad reversal. So we could come back into this next support and resistance area, right into this here. Shubin says up. So let's take a look. For me, yes, the railroad tracks would mean it can be bearish or bullish, depending on. So if we have first candle is bearish and then we get a bullish candle, then I would be looking for a follow through to the upside. In this case, first we have a bullish and then a bearish candle. So this would be bearish. So here I'm looking for price to drop here. So let's take a look. Okay, it pulled back and we have a pin. What now? So for me, I'm still looking for it to come back into this level. So we are essentially sideways here right now, but looks like we are rejecting the higher levels. So Pitbull says down. So I'm looking for price to drop here. So let's take a look. There we go, right into our pin here. And now what? Everybody says down. All right. Okay, I am of that opinion too. Now we are into support here. Keep that in mind. But I am looking for price to drop. So let's see. Okay, it did pull back all the way to retest it and then drop. So Propel says down again, drop. Okay, so I'm looking for price to drop as well. Okay, now what? All right, so here we have pins on both sides, and we are into the next level of support and resistance right over here. And we see pins. Okay. Indecision down. Yeah, so this one does show indecision. Overall bias is still to the downside, but now we have seen some buyers step in. So right now we could go sideways here, but overall it's still to the downside. So we could get a pullback and then a drop, or sideways here. So let's take a look. Shuman says bullish. All right, let's see. Okay, so it did do a retest here, and we have a pin. Now, what else? Okay, I'm looking for it to drop here into the support area. Let's see. Oh, so it did drop almost close to the support area, but a big bullish candle here. So down. So at this point, so that quite a big bullish move here. So I would maybe look for a pullback and then another move higher. So what we have here is a big bullish move, then a pullback, and now looking for continuation to the upside. But here I would look for a pullback and then go up. Let's take a look. Pull back, then up. Bitwell says yes. There we go. So we are into the next support and resistance area. Now what? So here it's still bullish. So I'm looking for price to go up higher, potentially back into the support resistance area. Now the candle body is smaller, so it seems to be losing momentum, but still looking bullish. Shuman says up. Yes, I'm looking for price to go up as well. Okay, so we went into the next support and resistance area, right into our pin, this pin over here, and now we have a bearish candle. What do we expect from here? Okay, so for me, I'm looking for price to maybe come back down here, move a little lower. Let's take a look. Okay, so here we are. See how it, I've noticed this many times. So if we have a pin on the left-hand side of a candle, I've noticed that price would go and test the pin right into the pin here. It's just an interesting thing that I have noticed just from a regular price moves here. So price generally goes to test the previous pin on the other side. Anyway, so we do have a bearish candle close here. So what are we looking for? So here I'm looking for price to drop into this next support area over here. So let's see. Oh, wow. I was looking for it to go into the next support. This one went all the way lower. Rami, yes, this was an evening star. You're absolutely correct. Evening star. So from there, that's why I was looking for a downward bias. I had a downward bias based on that. But this is quite a move. What are we looking for now? Okay, so for me, this is bearish, just like this one here. So I'd be looking for a pullback, potentially back into the support and resistance area, and then a further drop here. So first, okay, so we have a pullback here. Looking for price to drop from here, it could go into this level here. So I would watch out for that. Let's take a look. Oh, wow. It looks like a volatile market. Okay, so now we are into the high here. That's quite a move. So it looks like something was going on. So quite a bullish candle close. So we are into this support and resistance area. Very, very bullish candle close into that resistance. But we also had a very strong bearish close into this previous support level. So at this time, I would be very cautious if this was real life trading, this one here, but it is looking quite bullish. So my bias would be to the upside, and the first target will be the pin over here. So look for a pullback, and that pin will be the target. Next one up higher. So let's see. Okay, so here's our pullback. So the question now is, so it's a small inside bar, right? So the bias is still bullish. So now we need to see if this can cross or close on the other side of the support resistance area. If it can break the high, then I'm looking for it to continue further. If it fails to break the high, then we can see it come back. But overall, this seems to be trading in this large range at this point. So we can see this is quite a large range that it's trading in. So let's take a look. Okay, so it did close above the previous, so this was a pullback and close above the previous high. So what do we expect now? So here, because it is bullish, I'm looking for price to go up higher. So maybe a pullback here, and looking for price to continue higher. Let's take a look. Okay, so didn't quite pull back, but went all the way into the next resistance area here. And now what do we expect here? So I see this as a doji or a pin bar here. So big rejection of that area. So if you were to scroll back here, this is where the support resistance level is coming from. And price has reacted there multiple times. This was quite an important area, especially back here. Price reacted over here, had somewhat of a reaction here, but now we see rejection at this level. So I'll be looking for price to drop from here. Let's take a look. So pulled back, so I'm looking for it to go into this resistance area and then potentially give us some sort of a bearish reversal pattern if it's going to reverse. Otherwise, this could close. If it closes above the high here, then we could move up further and go into the next level of support and resistance, which would be all the way up there. So let's take a look. Okay, so here is our reversal here that I was looking for. So this pin here, I really like pin bars. Pin bars are probably one of my favorite tools here. So, but a lot of times when we have pin bars, we can get reversal. So I do like looking for that 50% pullback on the pin bars. A lot of times we'll get pullbacks. And now we have a big bearish candle close. So what do we expect next? I'm not seeing any responses in the comment. Are you guys still there? So what's your guess? What are we looking for next? All right, so the next one, I would be looking for price to maybe pull back into this one here, do a pullback, and then target the next support area here. So let's give it a try. Okay, so it actually did the opposite, dropped and then pulled back here. So this is a bullish candle close. So from here, I'd be looking for price to go up higher into the next support resistance area. So my bias would be for it to move up here. Let's take a look. Not so much. It couldn't cross this resistance. So we have another bearish candle close here. What do we expect now? Okay, sorry guys. Looks like I needed to scroll down to see all the comments. For some reason, I couldn't see the comments here. Sorry about that. Okay, yes, Privel says down. Shuman, sorry about that. I couldn't see the comments. I guess it wasn't scrolling down. Usually it scrolls or up as the comments come in. Okay, cool. All right, so Danielle says down. Larry says pull up to resistance. And all right, so let's see. So here it's bearish. So I'm looking for a pullback and then a drop potentially. So, okay, so everybody is of that opinion as well. Let's take a look. Okay, a bit of a pullback here. Let's see. Okay, bigger pullback. And here's the drop. Here's the drop. Shuman, you're broke. Yes. That's why we have to be careful and take the profits off of the table. Okay, so now we have a big bearish candle close. We are coming into our support. Now what do we expect? All right, so I'm looking for a pullback and then a drop. So Ramesh, you had sent a question that I did not see earlier. Can I explain a little bit about support and resistance? And yes, you know what? A lot of people have asked me that question. So I will do a video on that. Once I get a little bit better here, I will do a video on support resistance. And it looks like my kiddo is home now, so I will wrap this up. So we will leave at an interesting point. So I'm actually going to leave it here so you guys think about it, and we will pick it up again on Monday. So Fridays I usually don't do this, so we'll pick it up again on Monday. So in the meantime, you guys think about it, and we'll see how it goes. Guys, have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you next time. And my little one here says bye-bye. Okay, see you guys next week. Bye for now. Yes, sorry, a shorter session today. My kiddies come home sooner on Thursdays, so maybe next time we can start a little early, maybe at 2 o'clock. All right, you guys have a wonderful weekend. Thanks, Larry, and I will see you guys on Monday. Bye for now.